Welcome to Conscious Conversations. This is our Wednesday evening service where we pray together, where we spend time together, and we have a conscious conversation with someone who is carrying the light, who is living their spiritual practice. Thank you for being with us. Tonight our conversation will be with Susan Gilmore. Most of you know Susan Gilmore. Ever since I've known her, there are two things that I associate with Susan: prayer and outreach. And I think of that Quaker saying, pray and move your feet. And that's what I think of when I think of Susan, someone who holds a very high prayer consciousness and also is deeply committed to selfless service, to helping others. So she's going to talk more with us about the outreach program at Unity of Tustin. So let's begin our service tonight with a poem by Rumi. Love is reckless, not reason. Reason seeks a profit. Love comes on strong, consuming herself, unabashed. Yet in the midst of suffering, love proceeds like a millstone, hard-surfaced and straightforward. Having died to self-interest, she risks everything and asks for nothing. Love gambles away every gift God bestows. Rumi. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for this giving of ourselves in love, for being the love, for dying to self-interest so that we can be love in the world. And now let's listen to this song by Karen Drucker.
Surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith, and I am stronger every moment, every day. My mind is willing and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and pure and free, as I continue walking in this mystery. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith, and I am grateful every moment, every day. There may be walls, there may be roadblocks in my way, but I can choose to take a higher path each day. And now I know that what I thought was safe and sound was only habit and regret that held me down. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith, and I am kinder every moment, every day, and I'm more loving every moment, every day. I will surrender every moment, every day.
Thank you, Karen. I also want to remind you to continue to hold everyone in prayer who's on our December prayer list. If you have a prayer request, you can go to our website and send it to us online, or you can fill out a form if you happen to be on campus on Sunday. We want to pray with you. Unity is a church founded on prayer, and we have a very capable and loving prayer chaplain team who are now doing our Monday through Friday morning meditations. So please join us in prayer. And I want to mention today's daily word meditation is called comfort. And when I chose Susan to be the guest speaker today, I had no idea that the daily word would so match what it is that we're trying to say. The daily word is comfort. I find comfort in community. Divine love inspires the impulse that impels me to care for others, to reach out in empathy, to gather them in and to comfort and console. I am grateful to be a channel of God's love. Let's take those words into our hearts and be in the silence. And as we return to our heart space, we remember that our community is based in comfort and love, and we ask that God gather us all together as the community of light and love. Now let's listen to some other music from Sue Riley.
Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love's always present, it's what I'm made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one tie that binds us, that can't be undone. I choose love. Peace in my family is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one loving family, sharing one son. I choose love. Yes, I do. Peace for our planet is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one. One choice unites us. Let this be the one. I choose love. I choose love. I choose
Thank you, Sue. Now let's begin our conscious conversation with Susan Gilmore. So, my guest, Susan Gilmore, most of you know Susan Gilmore, but I want to talk with her more about a couple things, because ever since I've known Susan, she's been the face of prayer and our outreach team. And I think of that phrase, Susan, to pray and move your feet. And I think that's from, I don't know, Quakers. And it's such a beautiful way to express it's not just about praying, but it's also moving your feet. But today I want to concentrate more on your outreach. How did this become such a passion for you, your outreach activity?
Well, when I first joined the church in 2004, we had a very active outreach program that I got involved in because it's a very good way to meet others in the community, especially when you're new. And we had just a dynamic leader, and we did all kinds of activities. So I was always at a table after church, collecting items needed in the moment. But that gal, she moved away, and nobody wanted to step in and fill her shoes. And so it kind of went by the wayside. And some of that had to do with that global recession we had too.
Yeah.
And it wasn't easy to, we had to think about our own membership at that time. So in 2015, when I stepped down from being the prayer chaplain director, I started talking to others, and there were so many who had it in their heart that they wanted to have an active outreach program again. So it was easy to have a meeting, get the powers that be to agree that we would do this. And it was just the passion of so many in our community, and it just flowed because of that.
Yeah, but they have the passion because, I've told this story before. Every time we do a survey, people always say, oh, I really want to do outreach. It's like they want to do it, but no one wants to be in charge of it. So I think you filled, a distinct need. And I know you're saying you have help and support, but you're still the one kind of leading it. We always say, well, if you have any more questions, see Susan, because she knows what to do. So, and then you developed a collaboration with St. Paul's Episcopal Church in Tustin. How did that come about?
Well, our first activity as a new outreach program was, we called it our Green Bag program.
Yes, right. Right.
And we got this template from Patty Higgins' brother, who started the program up in Washington. And so it was great. We just followed his lead, and we put together the Green Bag program, where every 2 months, you would come with items that were listed, that were needed. And that gave you time. And this is what I like about it. It says it's a donor drive designed to create a continuous cycle of giving. Because every time you went to the store, you just picked up some item. You didn't have to buy it all at once. And after 2 months, you exchanged the bag for a new one. And instead of supporting our local food bank, Second Harvest, because it's huge and has its fingers in every grocery store in Orange County, we found Sunday supper at St. Paul's Episcopal Church. And the neat thing about it was a interfaith program. It's always at St. Paul's because they have the facility, but 5 other churches host. So once a week, local homeless and low-income seniors and families too receive a warm, delicious meal. And after, they go outside, and there's tables full of the kind of items that we donated, and they get a bag and fill their bag and go home with some groceries for the week.
How do they advertise the program so people know that it's going on?
Well, by the time we were there, it had been going on for 4 years. And they were feeding as many as 100 people a week. So they do it through flyers at like senior centers, and other known places where people are looking for.
Yeah. So as far as Sunday supper, I know the Green Bag program at our church has had, would you tell us about the outcome of it? Because the Green Bag program has been, did you say 4 years?
Well, we started our own Green Bag in 2015.
2015, so 5 years. And then some people preferred to give money, isn't that right?
Which was very helpful, because those of us that were serving St. Paul, taking our groceries there, were just so impressed by the Sunday supper operation that when they lost their 5th Sunday server, the church disbanded. We kind of made inquiries. What do you think? Could we do this? And boy, sure enough, they wanted us to support it. And we just, did. We just went through it. And so our first toasting was May of 2016.
So, and I know, at that point you had people that were cooking. They were first of all creating recipes because not everybody knows how to cook for 100 people.
Right.
So there was a person that was kind of in charge of that, and then actually making the food and serving the food, because you serve people personally, right? I mean, they actually are served at a table.
Yeah, we bring them their drinks, we bring them their food, we take away the plates, we give them their desserts. They never have to get up. It's not, a buffet.
It's not a buffet. Yeah.
And we were a little concerned about not having this experience, but luckily we have an in-house fantastic chef, Natalie Davis, who had served her dorm in college.
Oh, wow.
And has a big family too. So she stepped up and we did it. And we discovered that it's really a beautiful thing to do it all, to be the ones that plan the menu and put it all together. And I tell you, the cooks, the chefs in the kitchen, I think they have the most fun.
Yeah.
So creative and so rewarding. And the people love the meals. They're always.
And then the food that is donated to the green bag gets distributed after the meal?
Yeah, it still goes to the grocery line table.
Okay, so then before you leave, you go through and do you pick your own, what people want themselves?
Yeah, they have tables and they get one of this or one of that. So they get to choose what they want to put in their bags.
Okay. Now this is all changed because of COVID, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, and tell us how it's changed.
Well, we had lockout March 15th, and luckily Sunday supper was seen as an essential service. So they completely changed it. We're outside. Those that go through the lines outside receive a lunch sack. And when
you say outside, you mean?
They have to go outside. It's no more serving inside, sit down, lovely warm meal. It's all has to be handled outside on tables outside.
Okay. And so they come and they take I've heard about peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Is that right?
Yeah, that's what they get because they're so very concerned about food spoilage. And
okay.
So that's basically it. But they get a fruit cup and protein bar. And the National Charity League makes beautiful home-baked desserts and water. And they also still get a sack of groceries to take home. And there's a bread table and a produce table, and that's from something called Gordon's Garden.
Oh.
And at the end, they get their $10 gift certificate to a local fast food restaurant or grocery store.
So that's new. That wasn't always the case. They got the $10.
No, that came into play around May.
As a way to supplement, I suppose. Yeah. So there are lots of ways you've adjusted to this COVID thing. What's the participation like?
Well, the last time we served, which was the 5th Sunday in November, we had 136. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
So it's almost bigger than it was
yes,
before.
It is. Well, and it keeps growing as far as new faces, which, I mean, there's so many stories out there.
Yeah.
really tough.
Yeah.
People
Well, and
looking.
we can certainly name a couple reasons why that might be the case. And I know for our community, if I'm a person that we're talking with today or talking, and I'm worried about going to help at this event because of COVID, what can we say to people to reassure them that it's safe to participate?
Well, we're under the auspices of Second Harvest and Orange County Health Agency. And so everybody who volunteers wears gloves and a mask. We're 6 feet apart. There are jobs inside, like packing the lunch sacks or making the sandwiches, so you don't have to go outside. Some people are still concerned about that. But outside, everybody that goes through the line has a mask on. And the way we distribute the bags is real, you just hand it off, step back. So there's no mingling with the guests.
Okay.
And we're always 6 feet apart from everybody.
Okay.
And yeah, and they monitor it too. And we've gotten great reviews. They think we're doing it.
Really? Okay. So it's being monitored by Second Harvest, or?
Yeah, like one time they did a drive-through. We didn't even know it, and luckily it was our turn, and we were all, doing a great job of being safe.
Well, and that makes you feel, secure that you're doing this good work, which obviously is a time of great need. But you're doing it safely, so people can feel safe about doing it. And I know you've had some really dedicated volunteers, people that have done Sunday supper for quite a long while.
Yeah.
People who, tried it and ended up loving doing it. I know you've told me about this, people that came and said, I want to be of service, and then they come every single time. But you still need new people, right?
Yeah. We don't want to overwork
Right.
our little crew. We need each time at least 20 people.
Okay.
Even though we're doing the lunch sack, etc. Because there's setup and you have to keep the line flowing. So you need people that keep the line flowing, and we need 2 that do guest registration too.
Now, what does that mean? That you take a name or a
guest registration?
Yeah.
Oh, they sign in.
They sign in
because it's federally funded. There's we need to support their way of knowing how many we have.
Okay.
Kind of families are being served, and the different, like there's zip codes and just keep
Okay. So you have to do that portion of it. So we haven't had a green bag collection for quite a number of months, that in my memory. Is that right? We stopped doing it after COVID.
Yeah, the church was closed.
Yes.
There was nowhere to collect.
That's right.
And it just, we're working so hard to keep our service open by keeping everything so safe that you don't want to kind of add a new dimension that may or may not seem as safe. And of course, we don't have the same number of people at a service.
Sure. We don't, not even close, although the service was quite busy last week because of Clive's last Sunday, but still there were about 60 people, which is half, at the most. So it seems as though I've heard that you have a solution, though, to the possible where we're not doing green bag, but you're talking about a food bin of some kind. Yeah,
some of the other churches have done it. And you have I've checked them out. I can get a big food bin, like it's a trash bin from Home Depot with wheels. And if someone on the staff were willing to wheel it in and out, because we have too many people on campus all the time to just leave it out permanently. So we could have that available like 3 days a week, say Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, and people could come, and there would be a list again of the donations needed, and they could just drop whatever they have in the bin during the week when.
And what kinds of things, like I know at one time, I remember you said that it's things like single serving or juice boxes. Is that still?
Yeah, juice boxes, applesauce, protein bars, canned goods, and for the homeless, those kind of canned goods with the pop tops,
Okay.
and protein like tuna, but then we also give people who have kitchens get a grocery bag, so they might get rice or beans or other heavier items that can go in their bags.
Okay.
But we would have a list that everybody could check out. And we were thinking too, we have some other groups on campus now, like I heard there's a yoga group.
There's yoga, yes.
And see, they might see this bin and go, oh, this is nice. I'll bring something for the bin next time I'm here. And all people that travel.
Well, we know that, people are looking for ways to help, ways to be of service. And, we're talking here about, this is a few days before Christmas, the season of giving, which is part of why this is the perfect interview for this time. And, it's not like our church has a lot of these activities. This is pretty much our only outreach project that we have right now. So it's very important that we emphasize, how to participate and give people different ways to participate. Recently, you collected some gift cards for Christmas, which I know the Christmas party was on Sunday. So
usually it's this Sunday, but there was a cutoff for the $25 gift cards. So,
right.
So
but
we got enough.
Yeah.
We got enough. Yay.
Yeah. So and we know you still want the $10 gift cards.
Yeah.
And there's a way you can give money on the website now. It specifies in the donate that you can give money to outreach as well as to the general ministry. So that's important. And then I also understand that we're going to be having a Sunday supper coming up very soon on January 3rd.
Yes. We agreed to switch with the church that usually does it the first Sunday. Ours would have been the 5th in January. So, we could sure use some help.
Yeah.
That's
January
3rd.
January 3rd, and it'll be the way you described. Either your job can be indoors, making sandwiches, making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. What's easier than that, right? Or to be outdoors with a variety of jobs.
Yeah.
Do people, after they receive their sack lunch with their peanut butter, do they sit there and eat it, or do they have to take it?
No, they leave.
They leave. Okay.
Yeah.
They leave. Yeah.
Oh, no, it's no one can hang out.
No one's sitting. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So I guess, it doesn't feel quite as warm and personal as the days of being able to serve the meal and serve the dessert and all that. But it's a way to, give back something to people who are really in need. And I'm sure do you see a lot of the same faces all the time?
Yes, we do. We have a lot, and that have been coming for years.
Yeah.
From the sit down to this, they're still coming, and they're so appreciative. I can't tell you the love that pours through their hearts to everyone. Like at every table, they go, "Oh, thank you so much. This is so great. I was so hungry."
Oh, my goodness.
And you just want to hug them, and you can't.
It's been one of the real challenges of this COVID thing is, I think about the last time you can't hug anybody. It's very difficult. And especially, I'm sure that though, that you, knowing your prayer consciousness, I know that you have that awareness in your heart as well, which is what they're drawn to, I'm sure. So it's not just giving food, it's giving of your heart as well.
Right. It's a community within a community, these people. And then if they're waiting in a line before they come, they share, where to go here, where to go there, how to get help with all kinds of housing, et cetera, et cetera. And they've started doing showers over at St. Paul's. So
really?
They can go take a shower and then come and get their
lunch. So
because right now we're serving at Aldersgate.
Even though we think that Tustin is a pretty prosperous area, but there are a lot of homeless people who must have to come a long distance, some of them, right, to come to your Sunday supper?
Some, I'm not sure because I'm not aware of the different zip codes, but I think some come from Santa Ana. And, but some have cars because they sleep in their cars. So they drive and they share cars with some of the others. And so it's pretty darn local.
Well, this is all just so important. And when we think of Christmas especially, we think of this time of, holding others in our, part of this praying and moving your feet. It's praying, but it's also moving your feet. So thank you, Susan, for being the model of how to do that, how to pray and move your feet at the same time. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you for giving us this publicity. We are so welcoming any new volunteers.
Well, I hope this will inspire people to step forward. They can email unity@unitytustin.org, and we'll give them more information of how to serve at the Sunday Supper on January 3rd. And just to become, we'll be announcing when the food bin is available on campus to bring your non-perishable items. We'll publish a list of the things that are most requested, most needed. And we just look forward to 2021 as a big year of praying and moving your feet. So thank you, Susan.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Susan, for being with us. And thank you for reminding us about the importance of giving and receiving, of being in the flow, which brings us into our divine affirmation, our offering affirmation. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God. I am so blessed. And let's have one more song this time from Faith Rivera.
Close my eyes, I open my heart, I'll take a deep breath, let the healing start. I lift my hands, I plant my feet, I let love in. I feel the beat that's calling us to rise, rise, spirit rise up, rise in me. I read in my soul, I clear my mind. I'm here and now, in present time. I feel the power of 1,000 suns lighting up the dark. Oh, we rise as one. Oh, rise, rise, spirit rise up, rise in me. Oh, rise, rise, spirit rise up, rise in me, rise in me. I sing to you, I sing to you, you sing to me, you sing to me. Change up this noise, make sweet harmony. Come on and rise, oh rise, spirit rise up, rise in me. Oh, rise, rise, spirit rise up, rise in me, rise in me. Heart to heart, hand in hand, no turning back, onward to promised land. Do you feel the power of 1,000 suns lighting up the dark? Oh, we rise as one. Love's calling, calling out your name. Love's calling. That's why we came. Love's calling, calling out the name. Love's calling. That's why we came. Come on and rise, rise, spirit rise up, rise in me. Oh, rise, come on and rise. Oh, spirit rise up, rise in me. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up. Come on and rise up. Come on, lift your hands up, jump, reach for the sky, going up high, higher, yeah. Rise up. Come on, raise your voice and shout. Love is alive, we're bringing the light brighter, brighter. Rise up. Come on, lift your hands up, jump, reach for the sky, going up high, higher, yeah. Rise up. Come on, raise your voice and shout. Love is alive, we're bringing the light brighter, brighter. Rise up. Come on and rise up.
Thank you, Faith. Faith is a force of nature. I couldn't think of the word there for a minute, but she is definitely a force of nature. Such a pleasure to hear her sing. And so We're all missing our traditional Christmas Eve service this year, but know that we're all together in the one mind of God. Know that our spiritual community is together in spirit, and that we look forward, even at this Christmas, for the opportunity for Christ to be born in each of our hearts. Thank you, Holy Spirit. So let's close tonight with the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you for being with me tonight, and please plan to join us next week on Conscious Conversations.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to the present moment, here to a new beginning, here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. 'Cause here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. soul. I'm diving in into the deepest kind of love, into the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul.